Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All my Boerboel family. We back live with another episode, Boerboel Puppies Day 4. And I'm your host, Exotic Boerboels, Jordan Pittman. So we got a puppy here that done fell out the nest, immediate nest of the siblings. So it was headed over that way. I said, you know what? Let's see if he can make it back on his own. See if she can crawl up in there. That's a female. So we begin to be able to identify the puppies. In this litter, we got 5 female. We got 7 puppies total, 5 females, 2 males. And they're coming along nicely. I'm really excited. I'm proud of them. What's going on with my bro? They're a little noisy now. Mom got them spread out. But ordinarily, they don't make this much noise. So she tries to keep them covered and keep them warm. Here we go again. This is what we have to do to help. We want to keep them in a nice little pile right here in front of her. Open her up so the boobs are exposed. And it's not that the puppies are cold. I mean, it's not that the puppies are hungry. Because as you can see, the abdomens is extended. They've been nursing really good. They've been feeding pretty good. I've increased the amount of food that they're eating. So, this dog right here, and this is kind of how I would find out who needs to eat. This is how I'm keeping track of who's been eating, who hasn't. So when I come in and I see that the puppy is nursing, that's let me know that they're hungry. Sometimes I'm nursing them every 2 hours or every hour, 3 hours, every 2 to 3 hours roughly. They just do this for comfort. This is a male right here, I believe. Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big boy. No, 5. Yeah, 7 total. 5 girls, 2 boys. Really, she had 12 in the beginning. But that's a perfect size litter for her. This is a good size. I'm happy about it. You know, because this is her first time, and then she doesn't have enough milk for the 7. So imagine that if she had the 12 piece. You know, so that's a lot of puppies. So I'm cool with the number. My next female up, she probably gonna have more than that. She had, I think, 17 last time total. That was Sheba. It's a real fertile line though, and I think I had spoke about that on one of my other episodes. Our original line. That's one of the benefits of the line that we started with, is the fertility and the vitality of the line. So once these dogs start getting later into their breeding careers or later on down the line, they start to have, less fertility, higher mortality. Hey, don't do that. These dogs, they like the beds tore up better. They like them better when they tore up. And see, this is... So here we go again. I'm gonna make an adjustment. Oop. I'm gonna make an adjustment. You have to get her to open up. Deep in there, that's where it's nice and warm. Right, with them boobs, and you see the puppies, they moving around, not because they hungry, because they seeking warmth. Now, you got a whole lot of this. You see what that puppy just did on her? See that? Not. You get a whole bunch of that going on. And if you a dog person, this something that can't bother you. That right there, I learned early on. When you're doing this with these puppies, you're gonna get a bunch of that. And so you just gotta get used to it. As a matter of fact, you might as well fall in love with it. Because there's gonna be so much, there's gonna be everywhere. Mom's doing a good job though, keeping things nice and clean. Now I would expect her to smell that in a matter of minutes, and then she's gonna clean up behind the puppies. But everybody's doing good. I'm pleased with this. I'm pleased with this amount. 7 is not too many. It's not too little amount of puppies. See, they all wiggling. They all moving around. They got some energy. So that's what we like to see with the litter. We don't want them to be like dead. Remember in the very beginning, if you go back two videos ago, some of the puppies was moving real slow. They was very weak. And that's when you have that, that's when you know that you got some problem. That puppy need to go to the ICU. So we look for energy. We looking for vibrance. We looking for activity. We measuring that. And so far, so good. But show the puppies. Show your babies. Show your babies, baby. See, they got nice, thick, strong, healthy necks. They nurse really good. They got big, healthy backs, strong backs. You all can already see the development, the musculature in their backs and their necks and their shoulders. And with well-defined pups, just like their dad, Balto. Just like their granddad. Thank you. Just like their granddad. You can already see the thickness in their neck, which I really like. Nice size heads. I like the width on their heads. And it's not really a whole lot to see at this stage of the game. So we just kind of observing the puppies and seeing what differences or what distinctions that they have amongst each other. And we were, monitoring the energy when they nurse. Who's the little one? Who seems to nurse a little harder or drink a little bit more? We looking at things like I showed you in the very beginning. Who's able to make it to the back on top of mom? Who, if they fall out the nest, how the sense of awareness? How long does it take for them to figure out which direction to turn to? So we'll take this puppy away, for example. We're gonna see. Let's turn him around this way. Well, I'm gonna turn him this way. See how let's first of all, let's turn him on his back. So yeah, today is the day we start the early neurological stimulation. See how fast he righted himself up. So what we'll do is we'll hold him up. This is a female. Hold him up like this for a few seconds. Then we'll flip him over like this for a few seconds. Then we hold him on his back for a few seconds. And we just getting the puppy used to being handled. So we take it away from the nest. Then we also expose it to a different temperature. I got a towel. I had to throw the towel in the freezer. Well, let's see how fast. So this is a mild form of stress. This is a normal form of stress. And look at the puppy now. So what she's doing is heat seeking. She's using that nose to figure out, okay, it's a little colder that way. She's smelling, she's sniffing. She said, it's a little bit warmer this way. I think I want to go this direction. And then we kind of looking at that. We'll do that with a couple pups. And then we see who gets closer, who gets around here the fastest. Sometimes a dog will immediately start to head back to that direction. So this gives her exposure to out here. It's a little cooler than it is over here with the rest of the puppies. Oh no. Sounds like she's pooping. Oh, that wasn't her. Got a whole lot of that going on. try to keep it on the mat though. I try to keep it on a nest mat, and so this is their play area, and we don't want them to be pooping as much over there as they do over here. This is what we're gonna have them. What we'll do is we'll substitute this out for wood chips when the puppies get a certain age. You see a lot of people use the wood chips. What I have found with the wood chips is, and look at the puppies that you see with the wood chips and look around the nostrils, right? You want to look around here. See how my puppy's nostrils is clean? The puppies with the wood chips, when I have puppies with the wood chips, I've done this many times. Puppies with wood chips tend to get dust and debris around their face. Those wood chips are not dust free. What's going on, Skil? You will see that all of the puppies have that dust and debris. So they're inhaling some of the wood chips to some degree. Then you also get in wood chips. Some of the wood chips are toxic for dogs. So you have cedar wood chips, which is a natural pest repellent, and they smell good. Really, the best way to keep your thing, if you're concerned about the smell, the best way to keep it smell free is to be constantly cleaning. And you see we got our cleaning supplies over here too. Mini rags, and we constantly wiping up. We don't want to let the poop settle in. And then, I got some Cartier cologne spray. We keep it smelling fresh. Keep our puppies smelling fresh. Keep our mama smelling fresh. And the nest smelling fresh. It smells probably not as good to the dog because they like those stinky poopy smells, dead body smells. And so yeah, but later on when the puppies, so if you have the puppies nesting in those cedar wood chips or any kind of wood chip, they also got pine wood chips. They also have wood shavings. When those dogs are nesting in the shavings like this, see how they're gonna spend a lot of time with their face tucked. You don't want them tucking their face into the shavings and then they're inhaling dust and debris. You want them to be free of any respiratory what you call that, any kind of respiratory dust, any kind of respiratory, particles in the respiratory. Now what she's doing is she's laying on this dog a little heavy. That's a good mama. See how she readjusted to give that puppy a little wiggle room. This is why we don't have a heat lamp, because all of our puppies will do this. See how they do this naturally. And then again, we could take one away. Don't put them, give them a chance. Right here. We'll get to you in a few minutes. I seen the text. But as soon as so she's seeing now what she's doing is she's sniffing, she's smelling, she's testing out the area. See how I moved her away from her nest. This is just introducing mild forms of stress. So we can go back and review the footage and we can compare between this puppy and the last puppy. I believe that this is a male. Yep, that's a male. Oh, and he's pooping. So that's the smaller male between the two. We're gonna see how long, what he's taking. He's using the restroom right now. But you see that head waving around. What he's doing is he's like sniffing the air. Remember, the dog's nose is the nose oriented. The nose is the first sense that they develop, the sense of smell, and they also using that to detect the temperature. So you notice that remember I had turned him around. So now he's sensing in the air, which direction do I want to move around? Which direction do I need to get into to get back to the heat? see. How long is it going to take? Okay, he's in. He's sniffing. He's detecting some strong puppies here. This is also why I use the carpet. You see how he's not slipping all around. He's able to get his seat. Okay, so we don't want to concern mom. He coming, baby. He coming. He coming. He's coming. Mom's concerned. He coming. She made a little noise for him. So that's enough. Eventually he'll get that down pat. But that's just a mild form of stress. What that does is that builds up the immune system. That builds up for sure, family. Definitely. You know, it's an insider perspective. I want you to see with everything that's involved with breeding from A to Z. The 1, 2, 3, everything that you need to know that goes into this. And from there, you have a better perspective. You have a better idea of the direction, whether you really want to go into this direction. I've been up round the clock every 3 hours, bottle feeding. And, you know, like I said yesterday, mom doesn't have, the puppy's got her drained out. Mom is not having very little milk. That's okay. Sometimes that happens. So what do we do with that happens is we're going to try some supplements. These are supplements that I went and got. You get these from your health food store. You get this fenugreek is supposed to encourage lactation. So I got the fenugreek powder seeds and vegan capsules. This one is 75 milligrams. This one is 1,200 milligrams. Got her some fish oil for the omega-3s, fatty acids. That helps for healthy brain development with the puppy's heart organs. So mom needs that. You got to be careful with this right here, calcium. Because what this can do is you'll end up giving the dog preeclampsia or hypoglycemia, one of those. Where it's an overabundance, you gotta be careful how much calcium they get ingestion. It has to be, you don't want that can have a negative effect. What that could do is reverse and cause toxicity with the calcium. And then we got her a daily vitamin. So also we wormed her out, gave her some worm medicine. This is safe to use with the puppies. This is horse wormer. I often get this because it's the same exact main ingredient is febendazole that you would use for. Then this is the same formula. It's called Panicure. It's the same thing that you would use for your dogs, except for we got it in a bulk amount. So we're gonna take care of multiple dogs with this, and then you're just gonna adjust the dosage. Now this is not no substitute for any advice that you would get from a veterinarian. Let me put that disclaimer out there. Always consult your veterinarian. This is not no fail-proof methods. This is what I have had success with. Here goes another worm medicine that we use, ivermectin. But this is just me speaking from 17 years of experience. There's no substitute for medical advice. Always consult with your veterinarians. This is what I have done, and this is what works for me. Another thing you see, I have removed her collar because we don't want puppies to get stuck up in there. But we still got to take her outside, even if they got us the Clorox pads. And we're gonna be disinfecting and keeping it clean. And then, I got so many different prescriptions. Let's see, where is this? Sorry about that. But I appreciate everybody for joining. I'll be in touch with you guys. I'll be back. We got plenty of live episodes. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, tune in. Say bye-bye, babies. Say bye-bye. See, puppies got to keep warm. I'll holler at y'all in a minute.